That doesn't count. The reason some scenes take a long time to load is that the PlayStation is struggling to stream in the little clips of video that play in the background and sound effects. So like whenever the dome is in the distance or steam or water or something, it's just like ages. And then the cursor is also heavily impacted by any kind of like movie playing over top of everything. Like the frame or the DPI of the cursor almost like goes down. So see, like when we transitioned from inside to outside there, it played like an additional sound effect of the ocean, and that's why that scene took like twice as long to load. It's so bizarre which cutscenes it has decided cannot be skipped. Like this cannot be skipped. Like the handled turning cannot be skipped. But the door opening can. I think it's mostly if it's like a full screen video or not. But then some full screen videos can't be skipped. Oof. It's pretty much the same time. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. Oh, I did hit the door. That could have been where a little bit of time loss was. You can skip the first movie here, but not the second one. See, because the dome is visible in some of these scenes, it takes forever and the cursor loads a little slow. Can't skip this either. So this is where I might lose time for a slower cursor. But I think doing the codes later will make up for it. It's just so hard to get my cursor back to the middle, like the DPI is so reduced when there's movies on the screen. Can't skip this one for some reason. The spinning dome is visible in a lot of these scenes, so they're slow. See, normally if you don't scare them off, they'll play a different cutscene here, which is actually a clue for one of the puzzles. But I think it's kind of hard to set up on PlayStation, so I just kind of let it play. I think it's shorter this way. You can't skip any of these cutscenes. This ride takes quite a while. Oh, there's a mistake I didn't make in the last run. Whatever. If this split is behind, I'm just gonna stop. One of the reasons I missed that cue is because it's so bright in my room and the fidelity of the image is so unclear that I thought I was in the right position, and it took me a minute to even realize I wasn't. This is indeed the PlayStation version. It's not looking good for a better split, but we'll see. I think it's disc 4. Okay, well, I don't know where that time save was. Oh, good. I got the movie that you can't skip. Well, that had to be at least half my time save there. Whatever, we'll keep going. Yeah, my record in this on the iPad version is like just north of 8.5 minutes, and this version takes an hour and 6 or so. 5 discs to swap between. So many cutscenes you can't skip. Mouse move, it's pretty janky. Oh no, I opened the menu. Yeah, I usually stream on this account if I'm trying to focus or like do speed runs just kind of randomly without much warning. My main account is in my description if you're curious. Thank you. Essentially, this account is like, I'm not a very good host on this account. The other one I try to be a little more interactive and with it. Oh, the frame lag. You can see that I have my alert box from my other account still set up in this scene. Oh well. This is an audio-only cutscene. I don't believe you can skip it. It's kind of hard to tell if you can skip it, because even some that you do skip, the frame lag is like, the load is so bad that you don't really know if what you've skipped. There should be a couple zips I can take here, but I never remember where they are. think they may only save, like, you know what, I'm just gonna mash through, actually. I don't think it's that important. I'm just afraid of accidentally hitting a zip here, because we want to go another way now. I know I messed up here a little bit on my PB, so there might be some time save here. The mouse cursor gets crazy here. Alright, all good so far. Can't skip any of these. I don't really feel any obligation to play this game on this version, but when I was bored during COVID, I bought a PS2 and this game, like, literally just to speedrun it as a meme, so I feel obligated to give it my best shot. There's only one other person who's ever run this category on this platform, and our first finish, we beat that time, which I feel pretty bad about, to be honest. Like, not the time, I just don't, like, I feel bad about beating it. See, so the sound of the ocean is probably what slowed that scene transition down, because it had to stream in that audio. Oh my god, really? Alright, whatever. Not a big deal. I can't imagine how crazy the code under the hood is for ports like this. I forgot to split again. We're gonna get a disc transition here. That's the dome code. I just solve it while I'm waiting on these movies that I can't skip. I just took a picture of it with my phone when it came up in Gen's office. Now we'll see if the increased or decreased sensitivity on the mouse will help me solve this. actually don't remember where red goes. Oh my god. Am I tripping? Is it here? Could be wrong. We're about to find out. Yay! Now, unfortunately, we have to wait for 3 unskippable rotations. I don't know if I'm on good pace or not, honestly. I don't even remember where I was when I went into the dome. I guess this is where live split is supposed to be great, and I don't remember to split. Or maybe I should have had more splits in this run because it's longer. I don't know. See, the dome animates in a lot of these scenes, so it's just gonna be like really slow until we get past the dome. Wish we could just hop off here to the lower catwalk. Be very convenient. Supposed to be able to skip a scene there, but whatever. Have to be careful with zip mode here. Seriously. Dude. Just imagine how bad that could feel and then multiply it by 10. They were like on the PlayStation version, you were watching these flyovers. Do you understand? And now we have to watch the entire Gen speech.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer.
I don't want to interrupt his speech, but yeah, like, it's so far into the game that you meet him and you've dreaded it the whole time, and you've just been alone the whole time, and like, all you heard is that this evil man is here, and then you come face to face with him and have this, like, just the most tense monologue. It's so good. Music is amazing.
Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in, well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. As far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atreus desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you.
The links to which they like draw out this section is so good. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen and he just looks at it for like a solid 45 seconds or something. And you're like waiting for him to put his hand on it, and then so he takes his hand out and he like just holds it there, and then he's like, you know, that hotspot becomes active a lot earlier than you think it is. Just FYI. You can click it way before he opens the book. All of this is retconned in Myst 4, which is sad. Well, I mean, the way prison books work, or whatever. No. Okay, if anybody's listening, please help me identify these. One 13221. 13221. Dude. Nice.
We have to move quickly. Gen's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book? You did it. We're all free. You captured Gen. But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what I'll do once I realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
I legit thought the game froze last time because this movie takes, like, forgive the pun, ages to end. Like, just an absolute nightmare of amount of time. It, like, waits for the music to fade out. Yeah, but on PC you can skip it. Nice, first try, let's go. I'm very confident in saying I don't think this game could be done in under an hour, so we'll just have to take an hour and change. Not this version, anyway. There's just too many unskippable movies. I can't believe we have to swap discs for like 2 clicks. Like, you think they could have put that room, like, playing just that room on all the discs. Just full disclosure, if you hear me clicking a lot, it's because I'm playing on a PS2, which, you know, is just like running the hardware internally for a PS1. That's why you hear the disc tray opening and such. And I have an official PlayStation mouse hooked up to it. And that's why we're able to move the cursor so freely. And that's why you hear a lot of clicking. This mouse has a ball in it, and then it just has a controller port, like a normal PlayStation plug on the other end. Yeah, trackball. Yep. So it's kind of wild to use because it doesn't really take fine movement very well, and that's why I reduced the sensitivity at the beginning of the game. Four, 5, 4, 3, 5. 4, 5, 4, 3, 5. 4, 5, 4, 3, 5. Yay! The ending movie is on a different disc, so time stops when the screen comes up. But I'll let you watch the ending movie, of course.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? Where's the book?
Atris!
I don't...
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age.
as do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life. The path home is now clear for all of us. This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me. Goodbye, my friend. Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure, that riven cleft of stars that acts as both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mist book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The age of Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly